I'm not going to go over every little technique of the running back, but I will say this, okay? That the best way to help the offensive line when we're running the zone plays, okay, is for the back to turn his pads and run just like the offensive line blocks, run on the angle. And what I mean by running on the angle, all right, you'll help move the linebackers, you'll help move the down linemen if the running back turns his pads on this angle. Look what I'm doing, okay? And that's the angle they run on, okay? So maybe that's the 2-hole play, all right? Okay, I'm going to give you that one right there. Now maybe this is the 4-hole play, okay? See the angle of the back, okay? All right, let's go with the 6-hole play now. See the shoulders, the way that back is running, okay? And then obviously when we get outside, I mean, we're going wide, so we have an idea what we're doing there. But the point I'm making is that I think the Denver Broncos with Alex Gibbs kind of started all this stuff, and it looks like the best way to do it, because I've seen a lot of footwork, but it looks like when the running back, from watching all those teams at Denver and Houston and the teams that really do a good job with the zone plays, the Giants, you know, obviously, that here's the running back here, and say this is the inside leg, say here's the offensive guard, and I'm going to run the tight zone play, all right? All right, the bottom line is, when you're in your 2-point stance, you kind of drop your opposite foot, okay? You just kind of drop it, and your front foot kind of pivots. You don't get to the hole too fast. Everything times up a little bit better. So if the running back will just drop his opposite foot, okay, just a slight drop step, drop opposite, all right, and he just drops, and he gets the ball, and he runs on this course. Look at the shoulder turn. Boom, okay, boom, here, like this, okay? See the shoulders? Their shoulders aren't square like this. When the shoulders are square like this, the back has a tendency to want to cut back all the time. When the shoulders are turned a little bit, they can hit this hole here. They can cut. They can cut up. They can actually cut back. But the linebackers, when they see the guy do this, the runner, that they don't move as far. You want the backers to move. You want the down linemen to move. That creates the bigger holes. So the bottom line is, when you take that drop step opposite, boom, and run for the inside leg of the guard, if the mid zone, okay, I drop opposite, I run for the inside leg of the tackle. And then on the wide zone, okay, I drop opposite, okay, and I pivot off this foot, boom, and I run for the inside leg of the tight end, all right? All those courses, and you'll kind of have to work out the footwork a little bit. I'm obviously a line coach all my life, but I've studied it. That foot kind of drops, this foot kind of pivots, and you know, you're almost dropping in place here. And now some people may decide that, hey, we just open up and run this way. You know, it's probably not a big deal. I just open up and run this way. But I think there's something about the handoff when you get the ball on your third step, you're pressing the line of scrimmage and some of those things. So there's some critical thing about when you drop the opposite foot, when you get the ball, that your feet you're able to make a cut going north and south and some of those things. So just trust me on that. The teams that are doing it successfully drop the opposite foot. But again, so if I ran the tight inside zone play, my shoulders are like this. Okay, I run the the mid zone play, my shoulders would be like this. Where most people on the mid zone, that zone play for the inside leg of the tackle, they like to open, crossover, plant, all that. You see the shoulders right here? When the shoulders are like that, the running back can't find that crease because his shoulders are so square that all he wants to do is cut back. When you turn the pads and you run on the angle, okay, if everything flows, you can cut up or back, but you can find that crease right there, okay? Wherever that crease is, you know, that the defense keeps moving or you know, the offensive blocker gets position on him. So again, I like the shoulder turn, if that makes sense to you. All right, now, let's say the 6-hole play. Boom, we're running for the inside leg of the tight end. Okay, everything starts to move. He cuts up, he cuts out. There's different reads. which we'll cover a little bit, but I guess what I'm saying to you is that the more that you can have the running back turn his pads and run on this course, the more you'll get the defensive guys to move, all right? All right, now, let's go to the open end a little bit, okay? So, again, in reviewing myself, so let's say we've got the 2-hole zone, the 4-hole zone, the 6-hole zone, and the wide zone. So we're going to drop opposite here, we're going to drop opposite here, we're going to drop opposite there, and we're just going to open up now and run like hell out here. This aiming point here is usually 2 yards outside the tight end, and it's a wide handoff. The handoff is, on the wide zone, it's real wide, okay? It's one of those babies. All right, now, let's talk about when, personally, I would use the mid zone.